All right, Igbo knows Mozo Obochoma. I always say that for an Igbo man to survive in Nigeria, Nigeria must surely break. There's reality to that because the Hausas, the Northern would allow an Igbo man to be in power. Their reasons is what I don't know. And Nigerians know that Biafra is a great people, it's a great nation, a great place to be. And that's why the Hausas don't want the Biafrans to go because the rest of the country knows that if eventually Biafra now go their separate ways, they know that there will not be a living soul left in that country because these people are ready to slaughter everybody. Let me just say that the rest part of Nigeria is living at the virtue of the Igbos why they have not been slaughtered. That's the honest truth. You can argue with anybody, but I'm telling you the factual facts you need to understand. Well, sit tight to watch this video to the end because I want to share an important video for you to listen with your own ear, for you to know what these people are saying, how they feel about the Igbos, how they feel about the Biafrans, and what they think that will happen if these people eventually go, and how unsafe they will be. So I want you to sit tight to watch this video to the end, and don't forget to click on your subscribe button and share this video to your friends and loved ones.
That Nigeria has an Igbo problem.
Wait, the meeting you had with Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes.
You are telling us now that
for an Igbo man to survive in Nigeria, as it is currently put together, Nigeria must break. He said clearly that it is too late for Nigeria to come together. Whenever we want to take charge in this country, be careful of the Igbo. Don't give them position. Don't give them opportunity. Otherwise...
When I was in detention at DSS, one of the officers that usually take me to court, one very fine, handsome man, he's from Borno State. He said to me, do you know I am a Christian and I am indigenous to Borno? I didn't come from anywhere else. My ancestors, our village, we have been there for millennia. Do you know that? I said, no, I don't know. He said, the mistake people make is that lumping everybody from the north together. They're either Hausa or they're Fulani. That I'm mistaken. This is a DSS officer trying to lecture me. I said, okay, I understand. And he said to me, when he was bringing me back from the court, he said to me, our problem is not with Biafra, not with you, but if you go, what is going to be our fate? The only reason why we have not been slaughtered or forcibly converted to Islam is the presence of Igbo people everywhere in Nigeria. A DSS officer confessed to me that it is better for them that we are all suffering in one Nigeria than to allow the East to break away. Because if you go, there will be no buffer anymore. There will be nobody to protect us. We are finished. DSS officer confessed to me.
Talking about Biafra.
Yes.
You had a meeting with Nnamdi Kanu, and that sparked, in fact, I
New York.
I think you got arrested after that meeting. People would say, you people are not fighting the same cause. You are fighting to be the president of the country. Yes. He is fighting to divide the country.
Yes.
People would say, why would you be seen in such a meeting? Would you like to clear that?
You see, anybody that lacks any sense of consciousness would ignore social movements. That is the problem with Nigerian leadership. You cannot have a country in which there are 251 tribes or languages, and one big section says, we are not satisfied with here, and you don't talk to them, you don't understand them. Then you are not a leader of that country. The reason I met him was to understand first what his struggle was about, which I knew already. And secondly, to also advise him on the way that I think we could all work together. And thirdly, to send a message to the Nigerian people that we can walk through our differences, even at these levels. And I was surprised that contrary to what some people are saying, he did not want Nigeria to break up. He wanted a Nigeria where the Igbo man can survive. But for an Igbo man to survive in Nigeria, as it is currently put together, Nigeria must break.
Wait, the meeting you had with Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes.
You are telling us now that Nnamdi Kanu, from what you understand from the meeting with him, he does not want Nigeria to break, to divide.
No, he said clearly that it is too late for Nigeria to come together. But he gave his conditions. We live streamed the meeting now. It's online.
Okay.
And part of it was live streamed. Some of them were private. But he said that he feels that if Nigeria were to respect certain protocols, including a referendum inserted in the constitution, and he still says it even now in court, that if he's released, he will go back and end the bloodshedding. The bloodshedding is in that part, and that a conversation can. He says that in every court appearance, that he's being held is not helping the opportunity to have a conversation about whatever it is, the unity you are begging for. But you see, Nigeria has a problem. And I've always said, Nigeria has an Igbo problem. And I'm not saying it to please people who are known as Igbos. But the moment they decided to take the action they took in 1967 to 1970, the war, Nigeria, having won that war in their eyes, never forgave the Igbos. That is the reality. And if I were to be president of Nigeria today, the first thing I would do is to head to the Southeast and apologize to them for the war. Part of it is that I'd never participated in it. And I cannot continue to fight a war that I did not engage in. And then ask them, what do we want?
So are you saying that the federal government has, even before successive governments, they've always had this anger against the Igbos?
There is a secret memo, I don't know where it is located, in government, that whenever we want to take charge in this country, be careful of the Igbo. Don't give them position. Don't give them opportunity. Otherwise, they will overrun. It's a well-known fact. Even our parents tell us, Igbo. You understand? Some of them even say unconsciously. They even say it on radio shows in this country. So don't let us lie to ourselves, because except we bring this out openly and discuss, it's a taboo that we have refused to discuss.
True.
We are not going to solve the problem. It is the reason why the federal government of Nigeria feels that detaining Nnamdi Kanu against all the court orders, against all the court rulings, is the only way to go. You know, I was detained in the DSS place for 5 months.
Yes.
There is nothing there to detain anybody. The place is not even functioning. The DSS headquarters. Yes, is it the same DSS people who are watching BB Nigeria from morning to night? No, it's true now. I was there with them for 5 months. I've said this publicly. So all the institutions in this country are broken down. But let's get back to the reality. One thing I've told people is that you are looking at Igbos as the only people who want to secede. But who in this country today has not mentally seceded from Nigeria?
Mentally seceded.
Who has not left, except those who are trapped? If anybody in this country is working in a bank and he has 10 million naira and somebody say you can get into Canada, he will leave the next day.
I swear.
Is that not secession? Is it what of secession is that you leave a country, you say to that country goodbye,
and not do it again.
You get to the other country, you bow down, you touch the soil. And then you renounce your citizenship of the country you are coming from. Is that not what they call secession? So if you want to look at the number of people that have seceded in that Japa syndrome, there are more than all the Igbos combined together who are asking to leave. And in the process of keeping Nigeria united, we have let go of more citizens than the country should have. Yes.
So you think if they had, because I mean, from the last thing you said now, you say in the process of trying to keep Nigeria united,
yes,
we have let go of more citizens than we should have.
Of course.
So if we had allowed for the division or secession of Nigeria, most of our citizens that are outside would not have been outside.
No, you see, it is not the secession I'm talking about.
Okay, what are you talking about?
It is what led to the war that we did not address.
Okay.
And what happened after the war. Why is it that Nigeria hasn't been able to overcome the Biafran problem? It's because Nigeria never addressed what the Biafrans were asking for before the war.
What were they asking for?
They were asking for to be treated not as second-class citizens in this country. Don't you know what happened, the called pogrom in this country, where people were slaughtered and their bodies and their heads placed inside the train going down south? Yes, from the north, from the mid, the different parts of the north. Are we ignoring that? So
that happened
before the war.
Before the war, that's what they call pogrom.
History.
People who were settled, doing well, they were slaughtering them and sending their bodies and their heads inside calabash and sending on trains that was heading east.
Were they Easterners?
They were Easterners.
Yes,
Why are you asking me? It's there go and Google it now. So you expect that will happen, and then there was a war that eviscerated 3 million people.
Wow.
And when the war was over, you just say, oh, nobody was vanquished. Nobody was victorious. And then
3 hours.
But you still kept a memo and said, don't trust them.
Collect people money,
yes.
give them 20 pounds.
And then you took their properties. Ojukwu did not get back JAMB until 1992 now, his father's house, that is known as JAMB headquarters here in Ikoyi. It was after he came back from Ivory Coast. It was Babangida, I think, that gave him back their property. So any country that is perpetually carrying out systemic injustice against will lose more citizens than they should have. The reason why countries that are work is because citizens believe in their country. And you cannot force that belief. It has to come through social justice.
True.
It has to come through economic justice. Why is it that, my children can feel like they're US citizens?
Well, you see, when I told you people that Biafra is not something of today, I really mean it. Something that existed, that have already fought the war since 1967. And that's what we are still talking about. You see, in my mom say a lot of people don't really understand why now the Kanu and the rest of them we are fighting for, Biafra, even though there's still misunderstanding and misconception that is circulating everywhere. But if you understand what an Igbo man is passing through in this country, you know that an Igbo man is not even treated as a second-class citizen. An Igbo man is treated like somebody who just, as an immigrant. They are not treating an Igbo man as a second-class citizen. Rather, they are treating him like someone who immigrated legally into the country. Because there is no how he can strive on at this country legally. You watch, part of the Nigeria, you say that we all are one Nigeria when it comes to getting a win or when it's come to building. But when it comes to eating, then got divide and rule. You watch how many Igbo man, how many market lab also that belongs to the houses of the Yoruba. They take everything is the Igbos. That makes it difficult for them to survive. Then get check here, the Hausas. How many Hausa man they beg on the eastern region to build? Nobody. But the Igbo man are doing all these things to make sure that they survive. So no question, these people that after they were have 20 pounds for them to start up life. See, you can't see their back because these people are blessed from the soil. Their blessing really come from the soil. So these people are really the indigenous. These people are the real descendants. So when they say that indigenous people of Biafra, just underline that word indigenous. That word makes you special. These are the ancient people. People that are bondified and fortified by the Most High, by Chukwu Gabiama, to be on earth and rule the world. It's the people that are playing around with. Biafra is coming. And don't know the difference between Ebe and Ebe. And you see this all of these leaders that just combine themselves to the APC, that doesn't know their left from their right, that is following up the Tinubu administration, that anywhere I believe facing on our front. You see, I'm pitying these people because these people are not making life easy for us too. They have already assumed that these people are bigger than them. So that's why they are still playing along with them, which is fair for them. So because they only just care about money. But if I know that he had a to make sure that they defend the Igbos. But what they are doing. Yemege, the input they are putting and their output is not corresponding. But truly and honestly, for an Igbo man to survive in this country, I could see the idea. This is me not inciting anything. Rather, I'm standing on the existing protocol which Mazen and Kanu have already established. Well, share what you think in this video and don't forget to click on your subscribe button and on your notification bell. Thank you and God bless.